Guys, what's up? This is Ashley from Bookaholics Anonymous with another book talk for, you guessed it, The Unraveling of Cassidy Holmes by Elissa R. Sloan. Elissa R. Sloan. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But, so, as you can tell, this was Book of the Month pick for, I think this was August. Yeah, this was August. This was my pick for August for a book of the month, and I read it this month in September, and I highly enjoyed it. Actually, definitely nostalgia for the 90s and whatnot, and just all the feels of like girl bands and girl power and all that kind of good stuff. We're going with Spice Girls there, guys. I'm just saying. I mean, but I mean, it's not all fun and games with the book and with all the like the 90s references and stuff, because it is dealing with a suicide, and so, you know, like I said, it's not all roses and gumdrops and stuff. But I actually really enjoyed the story, and I loved like the girl band music aspect of it and just the way the story was told. So we shall get into what it's kind of about. It is about Cassidy Holmes. She is a girl who is chosen to be in a girl group called Gloss. And before she gets chosen to be in Gloss, she was on like a singing talent show like American Idol or something like that when she was 15, 16, I can't remember. But she was on this show, this talent show. She was in the top 3. And I don't know if I want to say too much about that, because even though it's kind of at the beginning of the story, but still. But, and of course the winner gets money and gets a contract with a record studio. So I guess in a way you kind of know what happens, because she apparently gets into a girl group. So she's not a solo artist, but anyways, she gets through with the singing competition and goes back to school, and she still so badly wants to be a singer, and she tries to do things that she thinks will get her there. At one point she calls one of the workers that one of the not workers, I don't want to say producers, I don't know what she is. She's not a producer, but she works with the record label. And so she calls this lady that works with the record label and wants to see if there's any way that she can kind of help her to get onto the label, or will take whatever. And the lady's like, no, you know, this will be bad, kind of bad for us if we say yes to you when we just did this for this other person, and, you know, stuff like that. So that she's forgotten about it and stuff. And later on, kind of in the story, this lady calls her back and says, hey, we have an opening for a girl group, an opening on this girl group. One of the members can't be in it, and they need a 4th. So she's like, do you want to come and kind of audition for that? And so that's where she falls and becomes part of Gloss. And Gloss is consisted of 4. She is Sassy Gloss. There's Rose, Mary, and Yumi are also part of Gloss. And Mary or not Mary, Rose is the founder of the group. And then Mary and Yumi are kind of her friends. I believe Vivian is the one that leaves the group for reasons that it tells in the book. And so they have Cassidy, and they pick her because she kind of sets the tone for the group and kind of meshes well with the group. And even though Rose doesn't really want her to, and kind of throughout it you see her butting heads and stuff. But Yumi and Mary Yumi becomes more of a friend to Cassidy than the other two girls. And they share apartment together, and so the chapters are told in two different points. Well, the chapters are told two different ways. There's the now chapters and the then chapters. And the then chapters show how Cassidy became part of the girl group and shows them on tour, shows how they got along, and shows what led up, what led up to the point of Cassidy leaving the girl group and things just spiraling from there. And then the other chapters are the now chapters where the girl group, the ones that are left, Mary, Yumi, and Rose, those chapters alternate between the three, and it shows them dealing with the news that Cassidy has passed away and kind of looking back on their lives in the group and how that was. And it's also dealing with their lives now, like, I believe Mary is the one who has a 13 or 14-year-old daughter, and she's kind of dealing with her daughter wanting to become like internet famous and wanting to go to Hollywood and doing stuff with Instagram and wanting to become an influencer, I think. And then you have Yumi, who is, I believe, she is divorced. And then you have Rose, who still wants to hang on to trying to be famous and trying to be in the spotlight. So you have their stories kind of meshing as well. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed the whole girl band aspect of it, like, and what they have to go through in order to be these girls and these glossies, and how their life changes from when they first started the group up until when they're going on tour, when they're making videos, and the people in their lives who are not always what they seem, them dealing with rumors, and just how it's taking this physical and this mental toll on all of them. But you can see it's taking it's taking its toll on all of them. Like I said, one of them gets hurt during a music video. Another one, stuff happens to her during a music video as well. You have Yumi, who's everyone looks at as like, they call her Yummy, they call her Tasty Gloss, and so she's dealing with that and people looking at her that way. And it's just, I don't know, like, the trials and stuff of being in this group. And it just got to be too much for Cassidy, and eventually she wanted to, like, quit because the things that were happening to her with this dude, and who was another contestant on the singing show that she was on when she was 16. He comes into play. I think it's Stephen St. James, his country boy. He comes into the story and stuff happens with him, and I just, like, I don't know. It's really makes you think, like what celebrities and what singers and what everyone goes through in Hollywood, and like the back, like what we don't see, like the backstage of it and everything, and the hardships, and how everything's not always great and glamorous like it seems. But I don't know, I really enjoyed the story, and it kind of makes you think, did Cassidy really kill herself, or did something else happen to her that nobody knows, or just all kinds of questions go into the story. Yeah. So I'm curious to know what everyone thinks, especially since it's newer book. I don't know. I'm curious. I liked it. I liked the writing, and I liked the way the story was told. Normally now and then can be either good or bad, but I enjoyed the way this one was, and I enjoyed that it was more that the characters that the now part of it was not just one girl from class, but it was all three of them, and they all got to tell their separate stories. So yeah, I am curious. Let me know what you think. I will see you guys next time. Bye.